Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel Developing Prospects Baseball. Today I'm going to give you guys something super special to help you guys throw the ball harder and also throw the ball farther. I'm going to give you a drill that's going to help you get your arm strength at a higher level and also give you some tips to make sure we're throwing the ball more effectively, efficiently, and able to build arm strength. Let's jump right into it. The biggest thing for us coaches that we want to pass on and share to you guys is the importance of throwing long toss. There's so many people that are like, I want to throw harder, I want to throw farther. How do I get my arm to be healthier? You know, I haven't thrown in a while, I come out to the field and my arm is sore. Throw long toss, okay? If we haven't thrown in a while, okay, maybe work it back a little bit and slowly get into long toss. But if you're practicing a couple times a week, you need to be throwing long toss. That will help you throw the ball farther and harder. A lot of the pros swear by long toss. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Trevor Bauer. He swears by long toss. He throws long toss before games. He throws long toss on his off days. That is the key for him to throwing the ball harder. So today I'll get into a little bit of the mechanics for long toss, and then I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a clip or a little slide to show you guys what a long toss routine looks like for our reps and how much we should be throwing each and every day. So here we go. I'm going to go right into our long toss. So let's talk about the mechanics of our long toss. Okay, so I want to emphasize we don't just get out to the baseball field, get to the line, all of a sudden heave ho, we're chucking the ball, right? We want to make sure we're getting some stretching in, maybe a little jog to warm up, and then based on our age, we gotta warm up playing catch. Okay, so we've done our stretches, we've done maybe a little jog, then we do our normal warm up. So for a high school player, once you get to about 120 feet, you know, in that range, that's where your warm up is. After that is when we get into our long toss. Okay, so the first thing, once we've done our warm ups, that I want to emphasize for our long toss is we want to have a 4-seam grip. Okay, so many players I see, they're grabbing a 2-seam, they're grabbing, you know, whatever. Grab that 4-seam grip. That'll first start off to help the ball travel, to get that backspin, to carry. So once we have our 4-seam grips, we want to focus on using our legs to throw. Using our legs to throw is going to take all that stress off of our arm. So when we get into playing catch, or we get into going into our long toss, we want to make sure we're in our legs and we're using a shuffle into our legs. So if you notice, I'm staying athletic, you know, kind of like a basketball defense, or, you know, maybe going to do a tackle. I'm in an athletic position with my legs. So I will come into my athletic position, I would shuffle my legs, and then I'm going to get into throw. I want to stay in there and use my legs as my driving force for power for long toss. Okay, so once I've gone into using my legs for power, I want to keep my arm up, and my whole thought process behind throwing is I want to throw the ball as high and as far as I can. I don't necessarily want to throw that perfect ball on the line, and I don't necessarily want to throw it straight up. I want to find somewhere in between to where I'm getting distance and also velocity. So my goal is to, again, use my legs for my power, get my 4-seam grip. Okay, I want to throw it as high and as far as I can, not necessarily straight in line or high, but as a good mix in between that. And then the most important part is finishing our throw. So when I was younger, I wasn't really taught how to throw proper long toss, and I ended up hurting my shoulder from not finishing my throw. If you guys are suffering from a little bit of arm problems, I'll leave a link up here where I went over a couple exercises to help you if you have some pain in your arm. So once we get through our crow hop with our legs, our arm is up, and we go to throw, we want to make sure we point our glove to where we're throwing and finish all the way down over our leg. So crow hop, throw, finish all the way down, and our backside is going to come through, and that's our full movement of power. So if we go to throw and we stop it short, or we kind of get finicky and we don't follow all the way through, where does all that stress from the power we generated with our legs, our core turning to throw the ball, where does all that stress go? Right to our elbow. So if we finish after our throw all the way down and let our arm whip all the way through, we'll be able to strengthen our arm and do so injury-free.
All right, Coach Matt, you had pointed out and you had said one thing about 30 seconds ago about a crow hop. Can you explain a little bit more about a crow hop and what that is and why we're using that during long toss?
Sure, our crow hop we can use in the outfield, but it's primarily a crow hop is to help us with our legs. So we use our crow hop as a power force to throw our ball. So in the outfield, when we come through with our crow hop, that's how we get some rhythm and momentum with our legs. But today for long toss, whether you play infield, outfield, pitcher, catcher, no matter where you play on the field, this will help you to learn how to throw with your legs and get that power behind it. It also helps strengthen your legs and teach you as a baseball player how to throw with some velocity and use your legs to power your arm. So when we come through with our crow hop, we'll just start normal. All we're going to do, we could jump with our legs, or we could just go shuffle, and again, stay powerful in our legs to throw the baseball. So that's kind of what the crow hop is, and that'll what will help you drive for power when we're throwing. So remember guys, when we do our long toss, we want to emphasize not only distance in our throw, but height in our throw. We want to make sure when we throw, we're extending up and all the way through what they call extension, and bring our back hip through to alleviate our arm. That'll help us build the strength we need in our legs and in our arm and help them to work together. So when we return to the field, we'll have some more arm strength, but we'll also have trained our body to use our legs when we throw. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something today, and I really think this long toss and doing long toss will help benefit you guys to help you not only strengthen your arms, but also have a healthier arm, so when you return to the field, you can make those throws necessary. I hope you guys are all staying safe out there. Thank you guys so much for watching Developing Prospects Baseball. We'll see you in the next video.